If you guys are like me and you love the look of a cream eyeshadow, but as your eyes are starting to get a little more, dare I say, wrinkly, using a cream eyeshadow feels a little bit more intimidating. No worries, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know for a cream eyeshadow application. Really simple look. You can build it up if you want, but we're going to go pretty simple. But I'm going to show you the steps that you want to take to ensure that your cream eyeshadow looks the way you want it to on your more mature eyes throughout the day. So if you are ready, we're just gonna jump right in because I need a little bit of eyeshadow today. The older I get, the more simple I like to keep my eyeshadow looks, because is it patience or is it because I need the mirror so much closer and it's a little more stressful than it is fun. All right, first thing that you wanna do, really important step, whether you've got dry eyelids or oily eyelids, is, I'm just fussing with a piece of tissue if you're wondering what that sound is. You wanna make sure that your eyelids are free of any oils, serums, moisturizers, anything that you might have got on your eyelids while you were doing the rest of your skincare and makeup. I'm just gonna use a little bit of micellar water. You can use whatever you have. Again, the key here is to just make sure that you've got clean eyelids to start with. Now, if you are like me, as you have aged, you might have noticed a little bit more discoloration on your eyelids. So whatever cream eyeshadow color you put on, you're not gonna get that same payout because you're starting from a discoloration. Does that make sense? So we wanna neutralize whatever color you have going on your eyelids, whether that's blues or in my case a little bit of purples and pinks, I think. So you just want to use a concealer. You don't have to use an eyelid primer. Just use whatever concealer you have. This is an old one I just grabbed. This is the e.l.f. Camel Concealer. I don't even really use this under my eyes anymore. It is a little bit thicker of a concealer, so I don't wear it. I do try to stay away from hydrating concealers when it comes to using a concealer as an eye primer. So if you've got like the e.l.f. Hydro Camel Concealer, the one with the white lid, that's got a little bit more moisturizer in it. The House Labs by Lady Gaga, that's a very nourishing, hydrating type of a concealer. I would stay away from those and just use your normal average concealer that doesn't have extra hydrating properties on your eyelids as your concealer slash primer. And that's what I love about concealer on the eyelid, is it's a two-in-one. It's a multi-functioning product, and boy, don't we love those. So right off the bat, you can see that not only is this that nice primer, but the difference in the eyelid colors, so that whatever eyeshadow, cream eyeshadow I apply, I will get the actual color that's in the tub and not mixed with whatever this is I got going on. I'm just using the Angie Hunt Flashy A506. This is the travel size. I have found that as I've gotten older, I like travel size brushes instead of full size because of their short handle. It allows me to get closer to my mirror, whether it's the magnifying side or the regular side. The longer handles just make it a little harder for me to see and not click the mirror with the back of the handle. So I'm just gonna get a little bit more of that concealer and go all over my eyelid. This is an important step to prime your eyelids before we go with any type of a cream shadow. Now, everyone's eyelids are different. As we age, you might find that you've got a sagging or a droopy eyelid. You might have hooded eyes. You might have more deep set eyes like I do. The key is to work with the products that you have to get the overall look that you want. Now, because I have deep set eyes, that's the technique I'm gonna use today. And I'll make the adjustments for hooded eyes as we go through this process so that you can make the adjustments for the shape of the eye that you have. When it comes to cream eyeshadows, you guys, it can be cream anything that you have. I'm gonna use some cream eyeshadows from MAC. There's really good cream eyeshadows on the market. The key is to find the ones that you like, that are easy to blend, but then dry down fast enough that you're not leaving transfer all over your lid, but that they don't dry down so fast that you can't blend them as you're working. So I like MAC, I like Charlotte Tilbury. I love the ones by NYX, the Jumbo Sticks by NYX. We're gonna use Yogurt today. Yogurt is one of those jumbo sticks that I think every woman should own. I think these are about $7. Whether you have a light skin, fair skin, dark skin, these are stunning. This yogurt specifically is my go-to favorite because regardless of the skin tone that you have, this can act as a highlighter. It can act as a brightener in their inner corner. It can be all over the lid for more of a pop of color. You can use this to highlight a little bit of your lips, highlight the cheeks. This is just a good all-around color. And again, this is Yogurt. The other color I have that we're not going to use today because it's just not going to go with the look, but I do use this on occasion, pretty rare occasion, is Donut. But not a really pretty lilac type color. I think the two together for a spring or summer wedding maybe, where you just want to add a touch of color, would be really pretty. So the first thing that I want to do is start with my darker color, and that is going to be Groundwork by MAC. Now, when it comes to application, this is where I think the magic happens when it comes to cream eyeshadow, is I am going to take a fluffy brush. So just the same type that you would use for a powder eyeshadow, just a nice fluffy brush. This one happens to be angled. You don't have to use an angle brush. And I'm going to very lightly, very, very lightly, so I'm holding the brush back towards the second half. The closer you hold the brush to the bristles, the more pressure you tend to apply. So when I know I need a light application, I will hold way back here and sometimes way back here. So really light on your brush. And then the key is when you apply this to your eyes, you almost want to feel a tickle of the brushes. So think about that's as light as you want or as heavy as you want as the pressure is. I just want to feel that tickle on my eyes. And I'm going to go right in the crease and just soft, small, little, turn my mirror a little so I can see what I'm doing and still show you guys. Now see, I automatically did this, but I'm glad I did it. You want to draw your hand to the very back of the brush because it's a light hand. We want to feel that tickle, not too much pressure or you're going to get too much color. So hold way back at the end and just go into that crease. Now I don't want this outer corner to come down. I don't want it to end down. So we used to be able to do a windshield wiper, right, motion. Windshield wipers no longer serve us. So you want to go a little bit more like a, I don't know, a half moon or something. You just kind of want a straight line, something like that. So you want your shadow to end about here and your shadow on the inner corner to end right around your eyebrow where your eyebrow color is. But you don't want the shadow to end in a downward angle or a downward shadow because you get sort of that droopy pulled down look to your eyes. So don't get too worried about that. You know, if you do it, it's not a big deal, but every little bit of lifting magically helps. So we want to lift where we can. So you can see that's just a nice soft color. Now, if you have hooded eyes, same thing. You're going to apply really light hand on this upper part of your, right where your brow bone is. And don't worry about the lid just yet. So something kind of like that. Now it's starting to dry, so I'm glad I blended while I was talking, or that would have been a little bit harder to blend. I'm gonna go back in, do the same thing with the other side, real light. Again, I'm going for a natural look today. You guys, it was so fun for me to read the comments on the no makeup look the other day, and it's all about perspective, right? I use a lot of makeup products. I didn't realize that until I narrowed it down to 6 for that no makeup look. And most of you really liked the look, but I did have a few people comment, and I appreciated their comment because it just gave me a different perspective. One lady said 6 products is way too much for a no makeup look. And I thought, gosh, that's hardly any products compared to what I normally wear. So thank you for leaving comments as a community, whether you like the way I did it or you have thoughts about the way I do something. I just love the discussion, and I love that it sparks a discussion between, you know, many of us who love makeup, and everybody's likes and dislikes when it comes to makeup are so different. And that's what makes it fun and a center topic that we can all share. It's a discussion that we can all share and share ideas. So it was really fun. But again, I had it down to 6 and I was proud of myself. And some of you were like, no, that's not, it's nothing to be proud of. That's still a lot of products. I'm like, gosh, if I ever added up how many products I use on a normal day, I should do that sometime, and I might be a little alarmed. So something really light like that. The next thing I'm gonna do is just take a fluffy, clean brush and just swirl it around to make sure that I don't have any harsh edges. Now, as per usual, this is gonna feel like it's taking a long time, but that's because I'm walking you through it. Once you do it on your own, I promise you it will not take this long. It's a pretty fast process. The next thing I'm gonna do is take another fluffy brush. This is the Nikki the Rose N13. I've really been liking her brushes lately. I had them, but I hadn't used them because I like my other BK Beauty brushes, but they've just, there's something about the way they the weight of them. I think that's what I like about them. Put the lid back on my Groundworks by MAC. I'm gonna pick up Painterly, also by MAC. Before I take the lid off, if you don't have cream eyeshadows, if you have maybe cream bronzer or cream blush or cream contour, I've got some bronzers that I've recently purchased from Essence. I shared this with you guys the other day. I really like this color. That's a great bronzer color. These are called Baby Got Bronze, and this is in the color Cinnamon Spice. And this one is called Crush on Caviar. It's a little darker, which I love. I might use that in the outer corner once our look is done. So don't feel like you have to go buy something in the specific cream eyeshadow category. If you've got cream products that you wear that you like the looks of, the most important thing is that you use clean brushes. That's the biggest thing. All right, so next we're gonna go in with Painterly. This is also by MAC. This is my favorite Holy Grail eyeshadow primer that I use every single day is this color because it's just a nice neutral color and it goes well. It's neutral. I mean, what I mean by that is it's not too warm, it's not too cool. It goes well with warm or cool eyeshadows. Whether I use cream eyeshadows, I put powder eyeshadows on top of this. Sometimes I'll wear nothing else but this. So it's a good all-around color. In fact, this and that Yogurt by NYX would make a really pretty everyday no makeup look for those of you that are minimalists, and I'm starting to lean that way the older I get. So I'm just gonna take that and go right in the lid just to make sure that there's no chunks. You could do it on the back of your hand, but the back of my hand is starting to look a little bit like graffiti, so we're not gonna do that. Just real lightly. Again, the hand is at the back of the brush, and I just wanna tickle. That's gonna be my new word here, tickle my eyelid. Tickle me fancy, tickle me Elmo, tickle my eyelid. Okay, I love it. If you guys can think of any other tickle, well, maybe I shouldn't open that up for for general comment. I might get my channel censored. Okay, so pretty simple, right? I love this look so far. And then I'll take what's left on the brush and just go real lightly underneath my brow bone on both sides, just to pull the look together and have it be a little bit more cohesive. I love the idea of carving out your brows with a concealer. So if you don't do that, try that once. Just put the concealer on the back of your hand and get a stiff brush like this. Take that concealer and just carve out underneath your brows. Oh, it is just such a beautiful look. I love that. For me, it's as important as doing my lip liner. I just feel like carving the brows with concealer just gives it that nice pop of look. But again, I'm a brow person, so maybe that's why I like it. If you're not a big brow person, then you could probably care less about that step. I'm getting my hair done next week, and I'm really excited because I feel like it's just getting a little bit too long. So as soon as I get it cut, I'll share it with you guys. Let me know if you guys want a tutorial on hair. I mean, I think at this stage of life, everyone's got their hair routine, but I always like learning new products that are helping maybe give more volume, or if you have some blonde like I do and you get a little bit warm, what products pull that out. So if you want a hair tutorial, let me know. I'll be happy to share what I do with my hair. I'm always learning, but I think I've got a pretty good routine that I haven't changed up too much. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is take a small angled brush, and this is an old one by Real Techniques, and I'm gonna go into that darker Essence bronze, cream bronze that I shared with you guys earlier, and I'm just gonna take a little bit on the bottom of that, and then I'm gonna go right at the lash line and just kind of wiggle it so that it gives me a look of fuller lashes. I'm not really going for an eyeliner look as much as I'm going for my root of my lashes are like I was 20 again. That volume that you get, or that lash line that we spend 30 years trying to recreate. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So just like that, and then I'm gonna take the length of the brush, put it right at the bottom section of that outer corner of lashes, and just pull it up a little tiny bit, just to give an upward. It's really important that you do that sound effect, so when you do it, just go, and it helps. Not really, but it's kind of fun. We're gonna do that on the other side, same thing. So I told you guys in one of my videos, probably a couple of them because I'm really manifesting it, I really think that the Golden Bachelorette should have a golden aged person hosting it. Nothing against the gentleman that is the host now. I think he does a great job. Is it Jesse Palmer? Yeah, I enjoy watching him. However, I just think to stay true to theme, the host of the Golden Bachelorette should also be in her golden ages. And I am manifesting that ABC finds me and has me be the host. Wouldn't that be fun? So I'm really manifesting that. One day, you guys will see me as the hostess on the Golden Bachelorette or Golden Bachelor. I don't care which one. I think the host should represent the age bracket that the whole show's about. Now we're gonna go back in to that same color. And I'm just gonna go across my bottom lashes because I feel like I need some representation of a bottom eye shape. And I'd prefer that to be a little tighter than it is now. I'd like it to be the tight eye that it used to have, but you know, it's okay. We'll take what we can get. Interesting thing I wanted to share with you guys. So the other day I was scrolling, which I try not to do as much as I used to, but I was on Instagram. Tell me if you guys have heard this or not, because you're in the same age bracket as I am. And we were taught that when you end a sentence with a period, it's double space. Well, newsflash, that is outdated and you're not supposed to do that anymore. Now, I am having a really hard time with that, but an English teacher actually commented in the comments and she said, as an English teacher, I can confirm that that is no longer a thing, that the people that learned that a period is then double space before your next sentence, they did that because on typewriters, you needed to double space to give enough space to say the sentence has ended. So double space is how they got the space. Well, typewriters are no longer used, and so double spacing after period is as outdated as typewriters, which I didn't know that. So if somebody sends you something and they did not double space, just know that they're taught not to do that anymore. Let me know what you guys think. Have you heard that? Have you gotten rid of the double space at the end of a period? Apparently I'm not multitasking very well today because this eye has taken me a few more minutes than it should to just do a simple line. But you know, it happens to the best of us. But I'm not gonna edit it out because this is real life. This is just how it goes. You can always go back in and clean that up with some concealer, which I might have to do once the whole look is finished if it's not working out the way I want it to. Now I'm gonna go in with the Yogurt by NYX, and I'm gonna go right to the very center of my eye. A little bit of a halo look, and just tap that in. Now, if you find that you have hot flashes, for example, during the day, or you tend to get more oily throughout the day, then you can apply a light dusting of powder over this look to really lock it in place. I don't find that I need to do that because if I have a hot flash, for example, I don't sweat on my eyelids. And I do find that when I add a little bit of powder, it just tends to look more cakey and emphasize any of the wrinkles on my lids that are already there. No cream eyeshadow application is going to take away the wrinkles on your eyelids, but there are certainly things that we can do to make them more emphasized. And adding powder is one of them. Another one is adding a real shimmery or a glitter type eyeshadow, whether it's cream or powder, to your eyes. That's why I like this one by NYX. It's just a little tiny glitter. You guys are like, which one are you talking about? This one right here. It's just a highlight glitter, and I love it. All right, so now what we will do is I'm gonna curl the lashes because they need a little bit of help. I was thinking about for the summer, I was thinking about getting the lash tint. It's called the lift and tint, where they lift your lashes and then tint them. It's supposed to last 6 to 8 weeks from what I've told. I have not had a consultation about this, so I don't know factually. I've held off from doing it because I like to review different mascaras, and I don't want to give a mascara review on lashes that are already lifted and dark, and then it gives a false impression of how well that mascara works, I think. So I haven't done it, but I thought, gosh, could I go 6 to 8 weeks without reviewing mascara? I probably could, because I found two that I absolutely love. That's the Fireworks by Maybelline and Thrive Cosmetics. So I'm locked in when it comes to a holy grail mascara, but this channel is not just about me. I know you guys like me to try new products, so I'm struggling with that a little bit, but I also thought the information on a lift and tint might be helpful for you, and maybe you want to know that. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a lift and tint. I will find somebody that will allow me to film it while they do it, so we can do before and after and a little bit of the process. I think I would like it, especially if for 6 to 8 weeks in the summertime, I don't have to apply mascara. Think about when you're going on vacation, if you can just go in the ocean or the pool or whatever, and you don't have to reapply mascara every time. Or as one of the subscribers had mentioned the other day, she is in the shower with people all day as part of her job. So I don't know if she works with elderly people or people that need extra assistance, but I thought, gosh, something like that, the lift and tint for a career like that might also be really helpful. So let me know if you guys would like me to do that, and I will look into it and find someone that does. I haven't heard anything negative about it. You know, sometimes if you apply false lashes, for example, or lash extensions, your lashes may not be able to carry the weight, so you might lose lashes that way. But this is completely different. It's more like dyeing your lashes. And I have not heard anything negative, a downside to them, but it doesn't mean that there isn't one. So let me know in the comments if you've tried it, what you think of it, or if you've heard anything negative. I'd love to hear that as well. I'm gonna put a little bit on the lower lashes, but just on the outer corner. Just to give a little bit of a, I don't know, it's not a fox eye, it's just more of a doll-like open eye kind of a look, I think. I feel like I wanna go back in and darken that just a little bit in the outer corners. Yeah, that's better. Soften that so it doesn't look like there's an actual line there. Yeah, I like that better. What I love about this look with cream eyeshadows is you can use the same eyeshadows that you have, let it dry, and then go back for a second coat to deepen the color that you're getting. So you don't need to have a lot of different eyeshadows, cream eyeshadows, to achieve a lot of different looks. You can get different depths of shadow by letting it dry and then going back in for another coat. In fact, maybe let me just show you guys how easy that is. So that's what the final look looks like. Really like this look, but let's say we didn't. Let's say we wanted to go in and darken it a little bit. Now that that darker brown that's in the crease has dried, I can easily go in with the same color, take the lid off, and apply another coat, real light-handed, same application, and I will get a darker, more intense color. So don't be afraid of layering your creams. It's really easy to do. The key, if you want to layer them for color intensity, is just to let the first layer dry before you go in with your second one. And you can just get a little bit darker payoff without having to feel like you need to buy a different shade altogether. And if you normally wear more taupes or earth tones, neutral tones on your eyelids, then you probably have cream products that you can use in way of bronzer or contour, or even concealer for that matter. Super, super easy. Creams I have found are easier to work with on more mature eyes. I like that I can build them, and you don't have to be afraid of the liquidness of it. I think sometimes people feel like, well, if I blend them too much, they're gonna get muddy. They will. The key is to let it dry and then put on the next color. So you noticed with that darker brown up in the crease, we let it dry before we put that painterly color on. Well, that's the final look, you guys. Really pretty soft, subtle eyeshadow look with cream so that you're not adding texture or emphasizing wrinkles to your eyelid area. And this will last all day now that I've let those eyeshadows dry down. So I hope this helps you if you've been a little intimidated of working with cream eyeshadows. Have fun with them. The key is clean your eyelids first. Make sure that you allow the color to dry before you go to your second, and it doesn't take long. It takes maybe less than a minute. And then light-handed, so a little bit of a tickle, and you are good to go. Let me know what you guys think of this look and if you're gonna give it a try. And let me know if you would like a hair tutorial. I need to go curl my hair because it's super, super straight today, but I blew it dry that way, so it's my own fault. I'll see you guys in just a couple days. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.